All right, here we go, 6 o'clock here on your Thursday. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Up With KREM. I'm Tim Pham.
And I'm Jenny Power.
Good morning, Jenny.
Good morning, Tim.
Happy Friday Eve.
Friday Eve, baby Friday, Thursday. We like to celebrate it.
And it's going to be beautiful. You know, yesterday was a little breezy, but I got to say it felt kind of nice from the heat.
Yes, that is exactly the case here. When we see those breezier winds,
Yeah.
It feels like relief, but also a reminder we're getting into that time of year where we need to be extra fire aware here, folks. So as we move forward, not going to be quite as windy as what we saw yesterday. Today, we have a fluctuating weather pattern. 48 degrees is where we're sitting at right now in Spokane. The sun is shining and winds are definitely a lot lighter out of the south right now at 9 miles per hour sustained in Spokane. Across the region, we are at 51 degrees in Coeur d'Alene, 45 right now for Sandpoint, 54 degrees for Moses Lake, and at 57 right now in Wenatchee. As we take a look at your current satellite and radar, it yet again is a dry and sunny start here to the day today. So it's a nice tone as we're waking up on this Thursday morning. Winds are still a bit elevated toward central Washington. Wenatchee sitting at 21 mile per hour sustained winds, and this is part of the region here that was really experiencing breezy to gusty conditions last evening. As we get you out the door here, temperatures are going to continue to climb again this afternoon. We're hanging on to an above normal temperature pattern all the way through this upcoming weekend, but you can see how those temperatures will gradually rise here by about 4 p.m. into later this evening. Now, taking a look at some current traffic impacts out the door. This is a look at what we're seeing out on our local roadways. No major collisions to report to you here at this time. Right now, this is a live look at I-90 and Pines. Things are moving smoothly. As we continue to take a look here across the region, the big thing that you need to know is just if you're headed out soon is that you will want those sunglasses. As we take a look at some other cameras here, we are seeing some very similar road conditions. This is I-90 and Appleway, where traffic volumes are still pretty light, so we are looking at some average drive times. Tim?
All right, Jenny. This morning, the Moses Lake Police Department is clearing up rumors about Seattle busing people who are homeless out of the city to other areas like Moses Lake ahead of the World Cup. On Facebook, the police department says their officers have not seen a large increase in the number of homeless or talked to anyone who was brought to the area from Seattle. The police department says they have not found any evidence that people are being bused out of Seattle. New details this morning about a situation prompting the Rathdrum mayor to resign. KREM 2 obtained a police report showing Mayor Mike Hill is suspected of domestic battery against his wife, though the key allegations against him were redacted in the report. The report does show the couple's adult son called the police on Saturday to report a domestic dispute. Police say Hill left the home. His wife declined medical attention and did not want to press charges. Hill stepped down as mayor the next day, and the city council president will serve until an official appointment is made.
The most important thing for people to know is that the staff of the city of Rathdrum are totally dedicated to providing the services that the Rathdrum citizens expect.
The Kootenai County Sheriff's Office is investigating the domestic battery, and Rathdrum City Council will meet at May 27th regular meeting to talk about next steps. Your news time now is 6:04. As gas prices continue to rise across the nation, a new record high has reached the pumps here in Spokane. KREM 2's Brandon T. Jones live this morning for us with the details. So Brandon, what prices should drivers now be prepared for this morning? Good morning.
Yeah, well, in these times, every penny counts. So I can imagine a lot of folks weighing their options on whether they're going to fill up across state lines here in Idaho or fill up those tanks over there in Washington. As for the current averages across state lines here in Idaho, $4.64. We have been seeing prices near state line a little bit closer to $4.55 in that $4.50 area, but according to AAA last month that was a little bit lower, and then last year at this time the average was around $3.31. Again, according to AAA though, $5.36 is the current average in Spokane County, and at this point every day this week been seeing a record high for the county. A year ago, $3.87 in Spokane County. So at this point, the high prices are sticking around. It's something that you are just ultimately going to have to budget for. But if you are going to be filling up your tanks in Spokane County, we do have a list of the lowest prices in the region right now on our website, krem.com. You can find that information and find where you can save just a few extra dollars. For now, though, reporting here in North Idaho, Brandon T. Jones, KREM 2 News.
Washington State is launching a new effort to address the growing water shortages and other challenges across the state. Officials say the new initiative called Washington's Water Future will bring together tribes, farmers, businesses, and local leaders together to talk about solutions for drought, flooding, and climate change. The announcement yesterday comes as Washington faces 4 straight years of a statewide drought and one of the warmest winters on record.
Washington is known as a water state, one of the wettest in the country, and yet drought is becoming more common, not less.
The state's Department of Ecology will hold regional roundtables this summer and make recommendations for the governor before the 2027 legislative session. New this morning, the Spokane River watershed received more than $500,000 in grant money to tackle forever chemicals. The Washington State Department of Ecology says the grant will be used to help reduce PFAS from private wells. Part of the money will go to the city of Spokane to help understand PFAS chemicals in the city's water system. Eastern Washington University will also receive some of the money to help fill in PFAS sampling data and help identify PFAS contamination in the Spokane River. Spokane Regional Health District says they are seeing an increase in unlicensed food vendors. Last year, the organization issued 33 closures to vendors. They say it's the most they have seen in the last 3 years. The health district says it's hard to keep up with enforcement.
We are finding that more and more they are purposefully operating without a permit, without any regard to food safety. We are finding that when they issue a closure, like Allison just described, that they pack up at that moment, but then they will operate down the street or, in another area of town that same evening. And they aren't usually paying the fines. Yeah, we are struggling with enforcement.
SRHD says if they find an unlicensed vendor, they first educate them on how to get a permit. They also issue a $450 fine before issuing a closure. They say if a food permit is not visible to a customer, you can ask to see it. A new mural will be installed in downtown Spokane to honor Japanese American history. The Downtown Spokane Partnership says the mural was planned for Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month, which is this month, to showcase Japanese Americans in Spokane and their contributions to society. The mural was created by Spokane artist Lisa Soronaka. Painting and for that mural will start next week, May 12th, and it will be located behind Madeline's Cafe.
And taking a look at your forecast here, we will see a round of widespread sunshine and temperatures that are still warm here for the inland northwest. But today we are seeing some lighter winds as we've got a little bit of a break here from that weather pattern. As we take a look throughout the region here, temperatures this afternoon are at 76 degrees for Spokane, 73 for Coeur d'Alene, and we are still hanging on to some low to mid 80s for central Washington, upper 60s for Pullman, mid 70s for the LC Valley with some low 70s through the North Idaho Panhandle. These temperatures are still above average for Spokane, about 10 degrees above average. We'll continue to hang on to a dry forecast, though, all the way through this weekend with a couple of days there of breezy winds.
The KREM Cares Big Book giveaway is officially happening now. We've teamed up with Spokane Public Schools to choose 3 local elementary schools to visit and provide a free book for every single student. And we need your help, though, picking one more school. To learn more about how you can nominate your school, text the word book to 509-448-2000. We'll send you a link with the nomination form.